lot of people say they come in the name of truth. A lot of people say they are the truth. A lot of people say they possess the truth. And yet, they are willing to hurt others, hurt innocent individuals who stand in their truth. A lot of people say they are the embodiment of truth, and yet, in their minds, they feel that they could take it upon themselves to hurt others that are embodiments of truth as well, regardless of how we are perceiving their physical form, how we are perceiving their thought process. If we want to be respected and appreciated for our truths, what we define as truth, are we also willing to listen to others express their versions of truth? And if it isn't hurting us physically and it's not hurting us mentally, are we willing to allow humility rise within us so we all can coexist in truth? Today we're going to be talking about us dealing with what we're calling truth aggressively. We're feeling like if we are not the loudest in the room, then our voices will not be heard. We're feeling like if we are not literally imposing our impressions, if we're not imposing our thoughts forcefully upon others, and we're not bending others to our egos, to our will, then we are not living the fullness of truth. But truth in itself, as we know, does not require aggression. Truth, as we know, is balance, clarity, alignment, peace, right? So if we are embodiments of truth, as we are walking our various paths individually, mentally, if we are walking our paths and we have attained truth within, that means that we are balanced internally. That means that we are balanced internally, and it's also going to echo out externally. So that means we must allow others to grow in their truth, live it accordingly, learn just as we learn as well, because everyone learns on their journey, on their path. We don't have to internalize frequency patterns, internalize vibrational patterns, and then we claim it as absolute truth. And then we say if there are others who are not living by our patterns of thought, then they are not in sync with truth. Now we got to take it a step further. Who really establishes what truth is, right? Especially if we're living in a world where people can believe themselves to be one thing and expect you to address them by what they're believing themselves to be. But we know that God is absolute truth. We know that God is collective consciousness, the universal collective mind. And this mind has echoed itself through this material planet. Each and every one of us, the multiplicities, were all expressions of that higher universal mind. And so that means that in us lives the truth. Even if we have allowed ourselves to be in sync with the material illusion, but that is just temporary. As the truth begins to arise within us, we find ourselves slowly shifting away from the ego identity, the false identity. We find ourselves getting in alignment with that I am presence that is present in everyone, whether we are conscious of this I am presence or not. So, what are we defending? What are we fighting each other for? Is it that we have labeled this I am with different names? We've given this I am different personalities. We've given this I am different character traits. And by doing so, we got confused. We got entangled. We forgot to see that within everyone, within everything, is the presence of the life force, which is truth in itself. And once we are humble enough to see that, can we truly say that we now have power to hurt another expression of the I am just because they are living in a version of what they're deeming to be truth? Right? We're getting to see that we have to always get down to the root, the psychology of things, and not just the fruit. We see the hate, we see the anger, we see the jealousy, we see those traits that are external, the surface, and we label these external objects manifesting these traits without seeing what causes these traits and these personalities to manifest. And just because people vibrate at frequencies that we are not comfortable with, just because people vibrate at frequencies that we are not familiar with, does not mean that they're not in sync with truth. And like we already established, God is the absolute truth, the universal conscious mind expressed through everything that we see, physical and non-physical. The truth does not require aggression. The truth really does not even require anyone to defend it because it stands as it is. In due time, everyone will get to realize their mistakes. Everyone will get to realize truth because it lives in each and every one of us. We can only go along with deception for so long, even if we're benefiting from it. But in due season, as the truth is being made manifest through the I am in each and every one of us, which is grace, right? That's grace. Through grace, each and every one of us will get to know our wrongs, and we will also get to know our rights. And we will do that which is necessary to be in alignment with that which is right because it is good, and we feel it internally through the senses and even through intellect in the mind. We know. We know, and it is the season in truth. It is the season we can see that the ego, the collective ego, is dissipating, and the collective are now having to face the great shadow that we've ignored. We're realizing that we have to face it, integrate it, and balance it out with the light. Because a lot of what we are running away from is just the collective societal shadow. And then it's mirroring itself in individual personalities. We can see it every day, different manifestations, different forms, but still, that is not good enough reason for us to feel like we have to use force when it comes to expressing our version of truth. Like I said, God is the absolute truth. That's why I keep on saying our version of truth, because the absolute truth is God, and God is expressing himself through everything as it is, physical and non-physical. So we can express our versions of truth if it be attached to a belief system, if it be attached to science, right? If it be attached to art. But that doesn't stand as absolute truth. And we don't have to use force to get anyone to see reason with our version of truth. But if we do stand in absolute truth, and absolute truth stands in us, then what really would be any reason for aggression? What would be any reason for force? I already know you know what's up. I'm just sharing this with y'all. We just talking on the chosen's path. As we're on the path, we must be honest with ourselves. And I mean all the way. We must allow other students in this grand classroom of life to be able to learn, catch up within themselves. And not everyone is going to learn the way we do, right? Not everyone is going to pick up on information as quickly as some of us or as you do. And we must be patient with ourselves and be patient with others. I'm just dropping this as a reminder, because you being on the chosen's path, is very easy to get agitated, and you're going to find other people getting agitated because you stand strong in your truth, and they're wondering, why are you so strong in your truth? As if their truth doesn't matter. But when we all stand in God, because God really is the supreme common denominator, once we really stand in God, we see no reason to go against each other. We see no reason to forcefully impose what we think truth is or not, because now we're seeing eye to eye. We see the divine in ourselves, and then we see the divine in everyone else. I think we're going to go ahead and cut it at that. The whole theme of this video today is just so we remain anchored in the reality, in the fact that the truth does not require aggression. Y'all stay blessed, stay tuned, and stay focused on your path.